in Africa. Less layovers, less time. I'm sorry, can we just pause? Just one moment, pause the time. Who designed this nonsense? Who wrote the script? I have a theory. And here is my theory. You only lock the vault where there is money. And so maybe there's a reason you've been kept out of that neighboring country. Maybe there's a reason you've been kept out of that neighboring region. Maybe there's a reason you can't travel to that other place. Because if you were to, there is something you might do that would help us build what we all know we are capable of. So first, keep them away from each other. Second, convince them that they're enemies with each other. And third, convince them that the other one is better than the other one. And before you're done, they will hate each other so much you don't even need to pass policy or law. And in the middle of all of this, here we sit as young people, fruitfully connected by the HTTPS. And we're more worried about what's trending and commenting on it, rather than how do we meaningfully build with each other and do business. I came to tell you here today that I'm only interested in meaningfully building and doing business. I'm only interested in understanding how do we take the platform and put it in Johannesburg or put it in Cape Town. And how do we have not just this conversation here, but that conversation there? Because until and when Africa truly is of a single mind, it will continue to be the fodder and the meal for the rest of the global average.
Great speech. I wanted to start this live with that speech, that message from our brothers across seas and on the continent. And the message more has to do with, unity. There's no greater time than now. If you see what's going on in the world today, globally, it's important for us as a people to unite, to work together. His speech, he mentioned how, you only lock things up where there's money. The vault, he used that metaphor. And what he's saying is how divided we are. He makes people hate each other so you don't have to bound them by chains any longer. You try to make one group of people better than the other group of people and keep them fighting and confused and, hurting each other, that they can't see the benefits of working together, which allows them to pilfer, exploit, and extract resources, human resources, and natural resources, and keep people in this, what we call fictitious system that we're in today. But before I go any further, I wanted to let everybody know that I will be coming on and offering classes when it comes to engineering music, as well as doing cinematography, videography. But it's Black History Month. Today is the second day of Black History Month. So what I wanted to do is to get us all to like, subscribe, and comment to the YouTube channel, which is the U.S. Black Business Network. We'll be traveling to quite a few African countries to learn the history, not just here in America, but actually on the continent as well. Places like Liberia, Nigeria, Ghana, Senegal, hopefully Mali, Burkina Faso, Chad, as well as Niger. Just to name a few. It's my goal and my objective is to educate people here in America about the continent, as well as to promote a more unification across the diaspora as well as on the continent. Um, I couldn't have put it any better than my brother did. And what he says is we need unity. The divisiveness is what in history was called the Willie Lynch letters. If you get a chance, I would love and appreciate if everyone who's watching this video do a little research. He said the HTTP as well, which is the World Wide Web essentially, and type up the Willie Lynch letters, because the Willie Lynch letters basically expounds and teaches people how to, it's almost like the making of a slave, if you will. It's buck breaking. It's to make one person seem, or one group of people seem better than the other. Right now in our communities, it's like uplifting women, saying men ain't nothing and women ain't nothing, but we are better together. It's important for us. We all have our strengths, we all have our weaknesses, and together we're able to use those things, create better families, create better communities, and ultimately better countries and people where we can self-govern and regulate ourselves. With that being said, I'm not going to take up too much of your time. I'm not into speaking. I'm in more of the action and building and developing the things that we need in order to prosper and push forward. I don't cry over spilt milk, but I am hopeful of the conversations that we're having, and I'm open to more conversations. And I'm most importantly looking forward to the day where we can inspire more conversations with one another, as well as unify and help one another at the same time. And with that being said, I want to say thank you. This is the first video. We'll have a more elaborate presentation tomorrow, but I couldn't help myself. This video was moving, and the most clear, concise message that was given and being delivered was unity, us working together for a better future globally for all people, men and women, but all people.